purely for the reason that it was something like the 90% of podcasts don't make it past episode 3, and for the ones who do, 90% of that last 10% don't make it past episode 20. So here we go. Let's start. I wanted to do this because my mission for the year is to seek true human connection, develop deeper, meaningful relationships with people, and so thanks for being here. That's what you're here for. I haven't overplanned this because overthinking has destroyed many a dream. It's destroyed, well, what's happened has happened, but I do have the tendency to try and overthink everything, and that means that nothing ever happens, and that's not good enough. And I've had probably at least 7 million thoughts, ideas, plans, but I've never sort of like thought, oh, I'm going to do this, because then I would feel like I've let myself down if I don't do it. But I just have so many plans and not enough time or energy or resources or whatever to make stuff happen. And so it happens that podcasting is a very low cost adventure, and I really hope that I can give something to the world that's going to be meaningful, and on a very deep, personal, sort of dark note, I also want to leave something behind that when I'm gone, my children will have a part of me with them. So maybe they can get to know me a little bit better. That's kind of a really big goal, because I wish that I'd known my own dad better before he passed away in, I think, 2012. Nobody told me that he had pancreatic cancer until after he was dead. So that was a bit shit. And to be honest, I kind of wish I could know my mum a little bit better too. But we have spoken in the recent years. We've had good conversations, and it's been so good. And it's just amazing to actually speak about true, meaningful things, feelings, the past, whatever has been bugging us, bloody childhood trauma, everything. It's so important to really open up and to really create that sort of deeper connection with people around, because I can't start to tell you how much better the quality of my life has been ever since I, now years ago, just let go of those bad relationships that weren't really serving me anymore. And I don't know if that might sound a little bit cold, whatever, but it isn't, because at the center of everyone's universe is themselves. I'm on this planet for me. You're on this planet for you. And that's just the way it goes. So we need to protect our time and really choose the people who we let in, and then really dig deep with those relationships and make sure to nourish them. One thing as well, my God, it's such a shame how people might develop really cool new connections and they just never make the effort to get back in touch with that person. I've had so many of those, but then maybe if they have been meaningful enough for me and I feel like I can really get something from them, I have been getting in touch with people. Oh my God, let me tell you about, I've literally made so many new connections this year, and it's just purely out of effort of like showing up in new places, doing new things. And in particular, I just have this massive bromance or cis-mans or whatever you want to call it, like a non-sexual romance thing going on with a girl called Laura. She's really inspired me. She's local. She lives in Newcastle, and it's just unbelievable where somebody like really opens up to you and invites you into their lives. So that's kind of the whole point of this. I just want to actually, that like a really deep meaning for this is that I'm going to use this as my therapy. This is therapy for me, because this is where I'm going to talk about all the shit that's going on. Oh yeah, okay, let's come into the structure of the show. So for now, I've thought this is still like really scrambled, non-written down thoughts, but I'm thinking the first section of this podcast is going to be catch up. That's me rambling on about shit that's going on. The second part is going to be where I give something out to the world that I have been feeling like I'm holding in too close to my chest. So basically, say in my work as a PT, I help a lot of people with their fitness, nutrition, mental health. Obviously, you'll know. Like I studied psychology at uni. I've got a CBT qualification. Not cock and ball torture, just to make it clear. A CBT as in cognitive behavioural therapy. And so I just feel like I have really deeply helped people find a new direction in life, which has been really helpful for them. And because I mostly work on one-on-one or one-on-two basis, as in I see one or two people only at once, then that just means that because I'm not really that big into social media, or I've actually been creating new, reels recently, but anyway, that's for my own benefit again. But I've just not created an external resource where everyone could access this material. So I thought, there wouldn't be a better way than this to make that happen, because I like talking, and this is a really effortless way for me. I've really struggled to sit down and be super organized, or not even organized, but just creating that distraction-free environment where I can just fucking ramble on. You can take your notebooks and write down notes on what I tell you. So second section is going to be where I give out something about some knowledge that I have, or some accumulated experience that I feel like has been beneficial, or again, I haven't really completely formatted this thought fully, because I'm so aware that if I just don't get started, I'll never start, and that's a thing that I could regret. And let's just start eliminating those regrets. Section 3, the final section, is going to be sort of questions and answers section. Basically, if you've got any questions, and I particularly enjoy the more difficult ones, sort of, anything sort of psychology basis, or why am I lonely? But you need to give more details if you've got a personal question. You can send any questions, short or long, to, let's think, I recently really cleared out my inbox. So, okay, I've activated my account for my business, which is, everyone just WhatsApps me. So send me an email to hello@erikahelsinki.com. Hello is, you'll know how to spell hello. At Erika is with a K, ERIKA. Helsinki is HELSINKI.com. And I will catch your messages there, and then I can answer them. I'm not sure if I'm going to do one today, probably not, but I think that's enough of an overview of what I'm going to do. Is it? Yeah. I need to rush off to a not rush, but I need to head out into town soon to meet other Finnish people for a coffee morning, which is what we do once every 2 weeks, which is really nice. So let's get into section 2, which is... Oh, I could have modified this. Oh god, again, I wrote these down over a month ago and I haven't even looked at them, so let's just fucking go. Okay, I wrote down 8 essentials for a good life, and I thought I was really proud of myself. I was laughing because I called it essentials, because all of these essentials start with the letter S. So essentials. Isn't that funny? Okay, let me tell you the 8, and then we'll go digging a little bit deeper into them. So we've got sleep, sun, superfood, sweat, stability, in brackets mental health, sex. Why did I write down sex? Number 7, socializing, and finally success, in brackets meaning. Okay, 8 things: sleep, sun, superfood, sweat, stability, sex, socializing, and success. I feel like the word sex is triggering me a little bit, actually. Why am I talking about sex? Fucking hell, why are we talking about sex? oh my God, my first podcast episode. Well, let's just fucking digging deep, shall we? I need to learn to turn off notifications on my laptop whilst I'm doing this, because this is me good. Okay, so 8 essentials for good life. Sleep. Arguably the most important one of these. Because if you don't sleep enough, and the quality of your sleep isn't good enough, your life is just going to be so much worse. So aim to get at least 7.5 hours a night. This will vary. Some people will naturally need less, and some people will need more. If we're talking about, let's just talk about adults, okay? Because say if you've got a teenager, bloody let them sleep as much as they want to. Their brain is developing at such a ridiculous rate that they really need all the sleep they can get. But us adults will need a good amount of sleep, good quality sleep. There's so many studies of people who say are, night workers, night shifts and stuff. And is really detrimental to health. I'm really sorry to, I'm not sorry to say this because the data has it loud and clear. But really try and protect your sleep time. It affects absolutely everything in your life, your mood, energy levels. So should we go into tips? Just try and eliminate sort of like screen time before bed. Try and calm down before you go to bed. There's so much to say about sleep. Obviously, I've been listening to a lot of Huberman Labs, so there's a lot of info nuggets there. Sleep. What else? Well, if you've got questions, fire away. We'll talk more about sleep later on. But let's, for now, just focus on getting your 7.5 hours of sleep a night. That's a really good start. Number 2, sun. Exposing your eyes to daylight is super, super good for you. So if you can, as soon as you can, after waking up, get yourself out to watch the nature. If you don't have much nature around you, I'll just sort of try and change your focal points. So basically, try and look out far, try and look up close. Just let your eyes open up. Oh, okay. And soak in the sunlight. Also, if you expose more of your skin to daylight, to sunlight, you'll get better absorption of vitamin D. And basically, just viewing that sunlight will do nice things to reset your circadian rhythm. So basically, if you just get that sun into your eyes first thing in the morning, your body will be releasing melatonin, which helps you fall asleep. I think 16 hours later. I might be wrong with that, but you'll find it much easier to fall asleep at night if you just get yourself out. If you can't get out first thing in the morning, actually, I go through phases. Pardon me. Sometimes I do go out quick, like straight away, but most of the time I will have a shower first, and I'll take a good, between 15 and 45 minutes to get out into the daylight. But if you're feeling down, if you're feeling lethargic, going out for a little walk to, just be out in the real world, absorbing real oxygen, as opposed to fake oxygen, you know what I mean? I've been losing my voice, but I'm not going to let that fucking stop me. Yeah, sun. Get some sun. Every day, every single day. Make sure you are outside. I don't understand how some people can actually be inside for the full day. It makes me feel fucking insane. Well, I do not remember when I would have last done that, if I've ever done that. I don't know, because it just, even with the worst hangover in the world, I remember a day, probably about a year ago, I was visiting my dear friend in London, and we had it wasn't a wild night, but we just stayed up until the early hours of the morning, drinking lots of champagne and whatnot, and we weren't feeling great when we woke up, and it was just like, kept everything dark and just ordered in McDonald's and just dying. And then I said, after a few hours, I said, I need to get out to Hyde Park, I need to go for a walk. And my friend was looking at me going, how the fuck can't. Just can't. I said, I'll just put my cap on, sunglasses on, and I'll just try and hide away from the world. And I felt like shit. But I did go out for a walk, so I just really had to. And yeah, I probably nearly vomited, to be honest, when I was out. But I didn't. And I made it back in, and I did feel so much better for it. So there's a good unhealthy story for you. Okay, number 3, superfood. Oh, God. Oh, so much to talk about in terms of food. Obviously, I just named this superfood because it had to start with an S. So this is all about food. Superfood in itself, you know, what's a superfood? Well, just fucking eat nutritious stuff that hasn't been processed. Eat fruit and vegetables. If you eat meat, eat the meat cuts where you can actually see where that's come from, you know. Just proper food where you can see what it is. That's a really good starting point. You go to fruit and veg section, you can see, although it's been artificially bloody grown to be the perfectest form of itself, just eat stuff. Eat whole grain. Nutrition again, and yeah, we're not going to go into fasting and stuff, but super benefits from making sure that you get hungry sometimes, often. I mean, just get hungry before you eat, and try and eat mindfully, as in take your time eating. I know a lot of you guys will just wolf down your food. Oh, so not good. Take your time, take it slowly, like just like the Italian way, just take lots of time. Oh my God, just imagine that kind of family vibe where everyone's sitting together and eating and taking hours, and somebody's really put love into that food, and oh my God, that's my dream. Which is why I like spending time in the kitchen. I want my kids to have a memory of me where I've taken the time to really prepare good food for them, and hide lots and lots of vegetables in the red sauces that I then blend, and they just think it's like ketchup, but actually it has 10 different vegetables in it. Ooh, clever Erica. Anyway, next one, sweat. Sweat stands for exercise. So you don't need to do formal exercise. It doesn't need to be anything like, oh, you need to take up a hobby. You need to start being serious about running. Oh, fuck running. But can't stand running. Unless I'm late, then I kind of get a kick out of it. But just try and make sure that you're sometimes sweating. It's really good for you. It's really good for your cardiovascular health, your heart. And I think the best point I could really make is to try and find something that's enjoyable for you. Your sweat can literally be from walking, from tidying up, from gardening, from swimming, although you can't or feel the sweat. You can't see or feel the sweat. Your body's sweating. It's filling the pool with your sweat. Which actually, do you know, when you're in the shower and if you've got like tiles and you get this buildup of pink stuff between the tiles, that apparently is body fat. Isn't that interesting? So just find something enjoyable to do and your life will improve or be good. If you're already active, good for you. It's like for me, when I really struggle when people ask me how much I train. I'm a personal trainer. How much do I train? Well, I feel like I just have fun. I don't particularly train, but I do need to do some kind of, not necessarily exercise every day, but I get so much energy from exercise. The less I exercise, the more lethargic I feel. So my choices at the moment are, well, I do like cycle to places, so I get a lot of sort of side effect benefits from that. But that's not like planned exercise, it's just getting from A to B, so that's good for me. Then I do inline skating, which I love, and mainly I've formed good friends from that group. I go to gymnastics, which is basically an adult soft play. I try and go once a week when I can, when I don't have the kids, and when they're with their dad. Gymnastics is just great fun. And then rock climbing, like going into an indoor bouldering centre, is just so enjoyable. And it's just like, if I go on my own, it's a form of meditation. I just put my headphones on and I block away the world and I just sit, breathe. I'm not on my phone. I'm just focusing on what I'm doing at that moment in time, and it might just be sitting down for 3 minutes, to rest. And fuck my life, that is just, it's so wholesome. It's so good. So just, and oh my god, best tip, seriously, for me, finding new, like, human connections and stuff. Trying anything has been unbelievable. I've even made a friends group from, I went to try a gym. They had a free day pass. It was gym and swim. I ended up finding the most amazing gym in Newcastle. I went for a swim, which I don't particularly enjoy, and I found the best sauna, like, that I've ever seen in the UK. Yeah, I'll keep that. I was just thinking, yeah, it was the best sauna because you can actually throw the lolu. It's called lolu. It's when you throw the water onto the rocks. Obviously, sauna is a Finnish thing, so it's very close to my heart. I grew up in saunas. I didn't grow up. Yeah. So I made a friends group from there. I started just apologising because I've become so British, first of all, but then also because I was just the one saying, like, can I throw some more water in, just to make it really uncomfortable and really painful and really amazing. And they're just like, fucking hell. I loved it. They're like young lads, like really peak physical condition, muscly, and like, oh, I'm so tough. And then they're like, Jesus Christ. I loved it. Absolutely loved it. And I basically ended up being added to these people's like WhatsApp group, because they have this socializing thing from swim club. So now I'm part of the swim club. So bloody hell, like, literally. And there's people there who are like really introverted and really shy, and it's amazing. But they just like join in and they just sit down. I've been out with them a couple of times now, and they're just such a great bunch of people. So just try something new. Do a new exercise thing. Like, I've tried, oh my god, in the past few years, I've just done like aerial hoop. I've done pole dancing. Well, not dancing, pole fitness. I don't fucking dance around the pole. I've done salsa dancing. I've done sea dipping. I've done all sorts. But try something new and sweat. What are we at? Number 5, stability. Okay. We could go deep here. We're gonna try and keep it surface level, really. Oh god, I need to head out. Shit. I'm really lit. Stability, mental health. So stability stands for mental health. Number 1 for mental health. I would love it if everyone got a therapist, because everyone needs one. I'm going to use you for now. I might still hire a therapist because I'd love to have one, but I can't. Like, I have to go privately because I don't particularly have a problem that I need to solve or deep like past trauma or anything. So, but just talking. Oh my god, people have got such, say, social anxiety. It's so prevalent right now, especially since COVID and everything. And people don't even know where to start. And that's somebody who sits there with you, will not judge you, and will just guide you through the session. It's just so important. It's so important. So just get a therapist if you can afford it, or if you can go through the NHS or whatever public service. If you can't afford or don't want to do that, try and talk to friends. This is actually more for the women listening. For men, a better form of therapy can be just doing shit, like really getting stuff done, whatever it is, because women benefit more from talking, and men can do as well. And I know quite a few men who really deeply need to sit down because they've had really traumatic childhoods and, say, sexual abuse and stuff, and that stuff, without talking through it, no matter how painful it is, it's not going to sort itself out. Mental health, but also if you do everything else on my list of 8 things, your mental health is going to be so much better. Yeah. Don't want to say anything else about that for now. Again, send me your questions. If you've got anything, I'd love to talk more. So mental health is at the core of my being, really. Like I said, I've got a degree in psychology and I've got my CBT practitioner qualification. And I've just always been that kind of person. I love listening to people and to their struggles or challenges and victories. And with better mental health, life is just on another level completely. So I'm sending all my love to you, and make sure you talk too. Number whatever, the third last, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, sex. I'm not going to dig into this. And I don't actually. Do you know what? I might actually even remove this in a way, because I do believe that if somebody chose to be celibate or is involuntarily celibate, I do think they can have a fully meaningful and a good life. So, sex is just, it's part of human instinct. So, I think there is a real problem in the world right now where men are too afraid to approach women. Women are too independent to need a man. And I don't know. Let's just leave it at that. Next one. The penultimate one. Socializing. No, well, okay, we've covered this. Make sure to reach out to your friends. Please. Just, if they pop into your head in the supermarket because you see something that they like or own or something, drop them a message. I love voice notes. So just say, hey, just thought about you. Wondering how you're doing. Takes 3 seconds. So important, and it carries so much meaning to that other person. And it kind of, because I've made effort with this one in the past a lot. And my God, it's just, I can't even imagine what my life would be like if I hadn't reached out, gone out of my way to reconnect with old people, actually, old friends and stuff. But there is so much meaning in also just making connections with people of different ages and different people. I've got friends, I feel like I've got friends who are 5 years old, and I've got friends who are over 80. And that kind of, growing up, I used to think, well, your friend group is your friend group and they're all your age or around your age. And then, dear Lord, when you hear stories from somebody who's, lived in the 60s, or you just witness the beauty of a child who is so fresh and so undamaged and so free to say whatever they want, and so they just want to try things fearlessly. Oh my, that lack of fear is so beautiful. Oh my God. And this is exactly why I'm doing this, because it's, oh God, I'm gonna cry. It feels so scary, and I can't live through fear. It's not, it doesn't serve you. So, fucking hell. Wow, it has been a proper therapy session for me. Socialise. Yeah. Just make an effort to see your friends as well in the real world, not just living on the internet, not just messaging, because it's like, oh my God, I've also noticed people in their 20s now, I just feel like they are creating this online personality when they're texting. I've had good chats about this, actually. Oh shit, what happened to my, oh my God, what happened? Oh, did that cut off? Shit. Hello, can you hear me? Am I back? What the fuck happened? Oh my God. I hope I didn't lose anything. My computer just sort of shut off anyway. Shit. I hope that hasn't disappeared. Anyway, let's continue if we can. To finish this off, I should be in town in 8 minutes. Oops. Socializing. Okay, maybe that was for my little cry. Yeah, make an effort with people. Please don't just live through your phone, creating a persona they then get anxious for because you feel like you can't live up to that persona in real life. So just be vulnerable. See your fucking friends. See people. See random people. They don't need to be your friends yet. Just meet up. Just talk to the person in the supermarket. Just I love going to Granger Market in Newcastle City Centre and just talking to the butchers. They are so friendly, they're so lovely, and just the way they go. And as a Finnish person, it used to really annoy me when they go, "You alright, pet? You alright, flower? How's it getting, like?" If you didn't understand that, that was like my version of Geordie accent. So, but yeah. Anyway, go out, get yourself out there in the real world, be with people. That's it. Now, last one, success. Okay, success. I don't mean you have to be successful, you have to make a lot of money, you have to have fucking lots of status and whatnot. What I mean with success is finding meaning, finding purpose in your life, finding something that for you is rewarding. It could be being a parent. It could be creating video games. It could be making music. Just anything that gives you something. Anything that takes you away from that modern void of helplessness. Success. Because that is real success. It's like what people regret the most on their deathbeds is stuff that they didn't do. It's not the stuff that they did. You can always make mistakes. Making mistakes is one of the world's biggest beauties. Biggest beauties? The most beautiful things in life. And they are the scary ones. It's like throwing yourself in, really absorbing, really immersing yourself in the real world, in life. Let's leave that at that, because I really need to be in town in 5 minutes now. I'm going to be a bit late, but they'll understand. I'm doing something that's more important right now. So thank you really much. Can you say that? Thank you so much for listening. I would love to hear your thoughts. Again, just send me an email to hello@ericahelsinki.com. I would love that. You can also, actually, really importantly, I'm happy to do anonymous messages as well. So I will not share your details or anything with anyone. If you've got anything that you feel like you haven't been able to speak to anyone about, or stuff like that, I'm here. I'm here for you. Because it actually came to me yesterday. I've had a few thoughts about the names for the podcast, and I really struggled to find one. I was listening to a podcast about, I think it was about therapy, and in it, they were just talking about meaningful relationships, and I just thought, my podcast is going to be called My Friend. Because I want you to be your friend. I want you to be my friend. Because that's at the core of it all. That's what creates a big, meaningful, successful life. And on top of that, just remember to sweat and eat well. Yeah, today there's no section 3. There's no questions and answers, because I don't have any yet. You can either email me your questions or directly message me on Instagram. My handle is Erica_Helsinki, I think. If you type in Erica Helsinki, I'm sure you'll find me. Erica's with a K again. Let's just leave it at that. Oh, one final thing. So I did record one pre-episode before, a few days ago, in my bed, as I'd just woken up, and I just felt really inspired, and I felt like, I had 7 million thoughts in my head. I just wanted to put them down. I don't even remember. I've talked about the meaning of life and deep shit. So if that's comprehensible at all as audio, when I go through it, I think I'll probably publish that as episode 2. I hope it is, because it was a great example of me just going. It's just me. Sometimes it's just say like, oh well, I'm just a complicated human being, and so are you. So is everyone. Well, not everyone is that complicated, but I feel like I'm quite a complex human. And it's taken me so many years to come to terms with that and to accept myself as who I am. I just learned and decided to let go of any persona. Obviously, you'll be different in different situations in life, and that's natural, but I really feel like the more genuinely myself I have been, the more my life has improved. So there we go. That's episode 1. I'm fucking psyched. I'm so psyched. I'm gonna go and see a gig tonight with my friend Laura, who invited my new friend, who invited me. She's so lovely. She's so sweet. I'm so psyched. I can't wait to go. And I can't wait to catch up with you next time. I hope to get some questions, messages about this. That'd be really, really super. eSsentials. Super. Everything starts with the letter S today. Okay, I'm going to shoot out. I'm 2 minutes out from being late. Anyway, 2 minutes and I'm late. So I'm going to shoot out. And then run back in for work. But that's just great because I love work. Have a great day, my friend. And I shall catch you next time. This is so exciting. Bye. Moi, hei, mä lähden nyt ulos. Mä oon vähän myöhässä, mutta mä oon tulossa.